Taliban militants drag the body of an Afghan soldier through the streets. They throw him into a ditch. The scene, captured on multiple mobile phones, serves as a chilling warning to anyone who resists their relentless advance. In Tarin Kowt, where Australian troops were based, the streets are almost deserted, shops shuttered, amid reports of heavy fighting on the city's outskirts. When the key northern city of Kunduz fell earlier this week, the government said its forces made a tactical retreat to the airport and would soon retake the city. These pictures would suggest otherwise. Taliban apparently in control of the airport and roaming freely through the centre of the city as Afghan government forces surrender. Yesterday, President Ashraf Ghani flew to Mazar-e-Sharif, the government's last northern stronghold, to try to rally pro-government forces. His visit comes amid widespread reports of desertions.
They're well trained. This is not, for me, it's not an issue of training, it's not an issue of equipment. This is a decimation of morale because they've been abandoned by not just the U.S. and its military, but the Europeans, which have also left.
While the blood flows, they're talking peace in Doha. Few hold out much hope, arguing that the premise for talks was never clear.
If you really take a look at it, it's more for a phased withdrawal of the U.S. troops. It was never a peace treaty. I believe that the talks are pure political theater. There's never been a historical peace agreement through negotiations that wasn't accompanied by a ceasefire.
Emboldened by their success, the Taliban are doubling down on their demands: the re-establishment of an Islamic emirate and a return of their strict version of Sharia law. Such demands would, in effect, amount to a government surrender. Meanwhile, a humanitarian crisis looms. Thousands of people are flooding into the capital after fleeing the fighting, desperation turning to anger. This woman's sons are in the army. She demands to know why only the poor must fight. Everyone has a story to tell, even 10-year-olds. The White House is refusing to comment on a US intelligence report that warns the Taliban could isolate the capital in 30 days and seize it within 90. Tonight, that prediction came closer to reality, with reports that the city of Ghazni had fallen to the Taliban. That's just 150 kilometers from Kabul.